A blockchain project just bought 704K in digital real estate to build a virtual mall. I don't know about you, but this is the kind of news that does get me pretty excited. Welcome to Cryptopia, where we discuss the utopian rise of cryptocurrency as it deals with battles against scammers, bans, regulations, and non-believers. Today, digital real estate versus the world. Using this article from Decrypt, in an attempt to connect real-world shopping with virtual world of games, Boson Protocol bought a plot of land for $704,000 on the Web3 game Decentraland. Decentraland is a web-based game that lets you explore and build like Minecraft while socializing like Second City. But unlike these other games, Decentraland is a game of the Web3, allowing true ownership of virtual land and in-game items thanks to blockchain technology. Now, if you don't know Web3, I did have that set up here just to give a quick overview, right? So before we do that, to understand Web3, we first should understand Web 1 and 2.0. So the first phase of the internet can be characterized as a little bit of a weird sentence. Basically, the first phase of the internet can be characterized by the way users internally interact with the web. Most users during the first iteration of the web were passive consumers of content. In other words, Web 1 was about reading and not writing. It was static instead of dynamic. This changed, introducing Web 2.0. In this phase, users create most of the content on the platform, such as YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter. This internet was more social and collaborative, but that usually came at a price. The downside of this more participatory internet was that by creating content, users were also providing personal information and data to the companies that control these platforms. Obviously, privacy is a big thing. Most people don't care about it. Well, they do, but they don't exercise their rights to it, and these big companies have taken over. Now, with Web 3, the next step of the internet, it is currently still being built, but there is no single established definition yet of what Web 3 is or really will be. But in general, however, Web 3 refers to an internet that is made possible by decentralization networks such as Bitcoin and Ethereum. The key innovation of these networks is the creation of platforms that no single entity controls, yet everyone can still trust. That's because every user and operator of these networks must follow the same set of hard-coded rules known as the consensus protocol. The secondary innovation is that these networks allow value or money to be transferred between accounts. These two things, decentralization and internet money, are the key to understanding Web 3. All right, now that we got that down, back over to the article. Where was I? I believe it was here. The company will build The company will build a mall for global brands to open up shop on the piece of digital real estate. Boson, a blockchain protocol, provides decentralized infrastructure for trading tokenized real-world items, and it also wants to entice its neighbors on Decentraland to adopt its technology. Boson's purchase last month is also the highest valued purchase of land to date, as each unit of land is stylistically denoted on Decentraland. Let's see. So they say it's going to be a mall that's going to connect one end into the Decentraland and the other end into various real world retails, creating a connection between the metaverse and the real world. Boson Protocol's co-founder Justin Bannon told Decrypt. The metaverse refers to the digital environment in which avatar-clad humans interact with each other. Blah, blah, blah. You get the idea. It's Ready Player One in real life. I'm super excited about this. I've always been super excited about this. I'm a huge fan of VR tech and just kind of what the idea of what that could really be in the future. Like I think we're not even scratching the surface. You know what I mean? This is just a conceptionary phase of what VR will become in the future. So something like this, I think is going to be a huge proponent to it. I technically kind of own a little bit of Decentraland. Well, I own the token, not really any land. I would like to, but I really don't know what's going to come up. I mean, that's the big thing about this. These platforms can be made by other people, and there are other ones aside from Decentraland out there. There's also like Etherland, I think, and some others. I have yet to really taken a deep dive into Decentraland itself and really kind of like combing around. I did a little bit, but not enough. I think I'll make a video on that at some point. But basically, if you've ever seen Ready Player One or any sort of virtual reality anime, SEO even, though not my favorite. There's another one, I forget what it's called. Excel World. Anime as well takes place in the SEO world. I think it's like 20 years after SEO stuff, and I think it's a better anime personally. But anyways, the point of the matter is that when you see those kind of worlds and what you're capable of doing, that's where we're heading. And I personally can't wait to get there. But with Decentraland, you got to kind of wait and maybe see who's going to become the top dog in this. Because again, this is built on Ethereum. ADA will have their own. DOT will probably have their own land-based blockchain as well. So, and I'm a huge ADA fan, so maybe I'd want to spend my money there on their plot of land as opposed to Ethereum's plot of land. But regardless, we'll see which one rises to the top and which one is really worth it. A lot of people know Decentraland. That name is getting around a lot more. And honestly, the game of crypto, it's really a marketing thing. It's like, it doesn't matter how good your tech really is, as we've seen with Dogecoin. It kind of does not matter. It's more on like, how often can you be in the news? How much can you keep your promotions going and, you know, your updates going and people know and hearing about you, especially during times like bull runs, for example, right? ADA, we know, has been constantly having stuff come out, so it keeps getting talked about constantly. So you can imagine like, hey, okay, you kind of deserve to be up there. Doge kind of goes against the rule a little bit, but also it's in the news a lot, and it was able to get, it's a meme, and it was able to catch fire really quickly. So I think Decentraland's kind of got that same ability, especially with this recent purchase of over 700k. But again, we'll see. And when ADA comes out with theirs and DOT comes out with their versions, whoever makes those, you know, the same thing will need to be done there. But Decentraland, I think, does have a big opportunity here to be at the forefront of this, and I will be keeping my eye on it. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Just wanted to create this video real quick as I had missed this news, and this was pretty important stuff. Like, this is crazy. So let me know what you think down below. What do you think of Decentraland? Have you had the chance to explore it yourself? Do you own some land yourself? Let me know in the comments down below. Subscribe if you haven't, and thanks for watching.